Hello everyone, this is Luna, and I'm back with another video for Vanguard 0. It's time for the shutdown art to continue. I removed the noise gate, or at least I muted it, just to see if it was a problem, and I think it was. However, I also think that the noise gate might have been helping people's ears, remain fully functional. So I might have to mess around with the volume until my voice is at an acceptable level. Because earlier was not really what I would consider acceptable under normal circumstances. Though by earlier, I don't mean earlier today when I was recording Vanguard 0 videos. Because this is my first one of the day. Okay, I lowered the volume a little bit, but that's probably not going to change a lot. If it keeps going too far, I might have to lower it again. I know my microphone settings are a bit high otherwise. Let me change that. I don't want to be too loud, but also I do want to be heard. Okay, now give me a second while I try to figure out how I work these settings. Hold on a second, hold on. This is absolutely Microsoft's fault. Why should it be this difficult just to modify my settings? Why? Hold on, I'm trying to find it. I am blaming Microsoft for this, but honestly, it's not really their fault. I just want to blame them because it's convenient. And because my last computer made more sense compared to this one. Okay, I'm going to lower the settings a bit, maybe to 85. Okay, how do I sound now? I want to know. Oh. Okay, I think I'll try 90. I still want to be a bit loud just to make sure that I'm okay, but okay, I think 90 is a good setting. I'll try that and see how things go. I just wanted to mess with my microphone settings because when I go back to dual links, I want my settings to be fine. Although this doesn't mean that I want these videos to suck, I'm just aware that this is a speed run, so you don't expect perfection from a speed run. Unless, of course, that's the kind of speed run you're doing, and if you are doing a speed run that requires perfection, I'm glad I am not doing one of those, because I would go nuts. And I have no idea why anyone does that to themselves, but I do know that rage games are a thing, and for some reason that hasn't... I don't understand why rage games exist, but I'm absolutely amused whenever someone is playing them, and they get utterly pissed off. I mean, what do you expect? They're called rage games. Expect to be pissed when you're playing one. And that is why I know there is an audience, even if I'm pissed every now and then. There is always an audience. No matter what you think about, there is an audience. And in some ways that is very cursed, but let's begin. Alright, remember what you promised? I'll be taking over your territory, and the punishment for interference will be severe. You got the wrong guy! The leader of our group is Kazuma. Kazuma showed you who you want. Is that true? To be fair, he did act like he did act like the boss, but I'm still not sure if he is the boss. But because he acts like one, I'm going to assume they're actually not just ratting him out. He's legitimately the boss. Yeah, that's right. That hesitation does make me wonder if that's actually true. He's like, okay, dumbass. Are you sure? Are you sure you're very convincing with that kind of doubt in your voice? He's the one who's always bragging about how good he is. I don't think he's ever bragged once. But okay, sure, maybe he bragged off screen. I just don't know. Oh? Are you sure you want to say that to me? Oh? Okay, I should stop saying it like that. I'm not even saying it right anyway. What does that mean? We're not going to discuss that. The winner is Tokaha and Joe. Team Jaime Flowers are the champions. Your team has now earned the right to enter the under 20. Come on, Kazuma, get to work. Get to work. Get some character development. You have a lot of room for growth, which is a good thing when you're a character. You want to be able to grow. I mean, the characters that have the most room for growth should be the ones that are the main character, but still, yeah. You know, when I think about all of my mini characters, I'm just like, should I be the protagonist? Because being a self-insert is kind of a bad thing. At times, it's heavily criticized. But then I'm just like, but even though I have a self-insert, my self-insert has the most room for growth. As a story, she has the most room for growth. I cannot tell you that enough. And honestly, I hope that YouTube can help people warm up to the fact I have a self-insert. But that's going to be a long time from now. Or at least it's going to feel like it. We did it, Tokaha. Marvelous, Tokaha. That was the best card fight ever. Why didn't they show up? Do you think they're alright? Well, Kazuma is not okay. Chrono and Tayo are very, very worried. They don't know what's going on, but you know what? I think Kazuma is going to do just fine. He just needs to be kicked in the ass enough, and then he'll finally stop being like this. Trust me, Kazuma and I have some things in common, so the right approach is always being stubborn as hell. You want to make sure you're stubborn, so you don't just give up too easily, because people like Kazuma don't change easily. You have to go for it over and over and over. You have to be very, very annoying, like what Rin did when he was trying to get Tetsu to play Vanguard. That annoying. Yes, that is the kind of annoying you had to be in order for me to change anything. For sure, Chrono would never give up without a fight. Although, there are times when I change without things being annoying, which, you know, Vanguard indirectly has accomplished, and just because I'm kind of nuts. I still have my theories regarding why Vanguard has affected me in the way it did, and I will probably go over that some other time, because I'm currently in the middle of a shutdown arc, and I need to get to work on that, because otherwise I will not finish. Alright, well, that's insane. They waited for him and he just didn't come. Dear God, he has issues. I can't believe he didn't make it. That Kazuma. The Card Capital Shop tournament starts tomorrow. It's our last chance. If we don't win that one, there's no way we're going to be eligible to enter the Under 20 Championship. You guys will be eligible. I know that because of all the chapters I haven't recorded. I mean, trust me, you guys see 46 every now and then. That's how many chapters there are for this season. I mean, this era. There are 46 chapters for this era. And I'm just like, am I going to actually get through all of them? The answer is yes, because I'm stubborn! Did I say something to upset him or what? Tayo, what do you think of his fighting style? I think it's awesome, but he needs to stop being weak. Oh my God, why am I going on about this? Well, I have been through quite a day. I must admit, I did not expect my day to go the way that it did. But, you know, I will move past this. I just have to be upfront and honest. And honestly, I just hope I don't go too far. When I'm trying to be honest, sometimes I'm a bit too honest, and that's bad. You don't want to make someone uncomfortable with your honesty. You just want to be honest, but in the way that's... There has to be a respectful approach to honesty. there's a right way to be honest and a wrong way to be honest. And honestly, even if it's true, you shouldn't necessarily say it. And if you have to say it, you should pick a good way to say it and not just be an ass for no reason. He's obviously got some skill. He is lacking a bit of flexibility, but his aggression more than makes up for it. I wonder what Kazuma's zodiac sign is. I mean, for some reason I think Sagittarius, but that can't be right, can it? I suppose it could. I mean, I'm thinking about all of the zodiac signs, but obviously he's not a Gemini sun, and he's probably not a Cancer. And though if he was a Cancer, I'd be very surprised. I'm not sure why I think he's the... How can he be a... Dude, what? Hold on, I had trouble believing that this series would do the same thing more than once. At least it has a variety when you assign birthdays. You're gonna have 2 Shadow Paladin users with the same zodiac sign. I'm gonna look up someone's birthday. Okay. I don't know why I'm doing this, because quite honestly, it doesn't matter what his sign is. I don't, like, when I go through these birthdays, I'm pretty sure they're just chosen at random. It's like the names I pick. It's random, just so very random. I feel like I've looked this up before. November 30th, yes, that is the Sagittarius birthday. But Rain is also a Sagittarius. You know which one I'm talking about, because Rin Hashima had a birthday earlier this year. So you know I'm talking about Rin Suzugumori instead. Obviously. I just wanted to clarify that just to make sure that no one's confused. Because there are 2 Rains in this game. He's obviously got some skill. He is lacking a bit of flexibility, but his aggression more than makes up for it. And he's good at adapting his strategy when things get tough. He's not a bad card fighter. I don't understand why he just won't. Why? Yeah, I get what you saw in him. I think he's probably good enough to fight at the national level. Probably? What is this probably? Yeah, so do I. However, it's an uphill battle because he doesn't think so. And yeah, Kazuma and I did have quite a bit in common when X started. I don't think we have as much in common anymore, but that's because, well, I've had time to change, and to be honest, he changed before I did. It took me the entire season to get better from, like, I developed anhedonia during this season's run, and I wasn't able to function normally again until roughly the end of this season. And then the last season started, and things seemed to go in the opposite direction compared to what I was expecting. However, it is worth mentioning that after 2017, I thought my anhedonia was gone. No, actually, it wasn't gone. I was functioning, but I wasn't trying to enjoy myself when I went around claiming that I had fixed my anhedonia. No, I did not. I just wasn't focused on enjoying anything. So that's how I didn't know it was still there. And then in 2020, I learned it was still there. Because I was trying to enjoy myself. And that was a problem because of what anhedonia is. But I'm actually functioning a lot better in comparison to back then. In 2020, I wasn't functioning very well. In 2021, things improved, but it took a while because I was stubborn. Anyway, I think people are done hearing me talk about how stubborn I am. It's pretty obvious I'm stubborn, considering how many times I've put stool over and over. All people need to do is look at all the videos I uploaded during February this year, and it'll be quite obvious that of course I'm stubborn. He's too quick to decide how a fight is going to pan out. And then he convinces himself that there's no way he can win, and figures there's no point carrying on. And I think I was pissed at Chrono for this kind of mindset because I had issues back then. I had a lot of issues. I still have issues, but I've changed. I've changed a lot, but I am serious when Kazuma changed way before I did. Because this was at the peak of my dark night of his soul, which I'm not even sure how I describe that to anyone that doesn't understand what a dark night of his soul is. I think Googling it is probably better compared to asking me directly, because I don't think I would explain it very well. I'm terrible with definitions. Ask ChatGPT what a dark night of the soul is. I think you'll learn a lot that way. Provided, of course, they're not busy. Is the bot busy? I don't know. He's too quick to decide how a fight is going to pan out. And then he convinces himself there's no way he can win, and figures there's no point carrying on. It's a shame. He doesn't believe in himself. I think I still have that issue. I don't think I believe in myself very much, but you know what? I'm also too stubborn, and people would like me to stop saying that, but I mean, it's my stubbornness that got me to this point. What am I supposed to tell you? He doesn't believe he can come back from behind. What? What is that? Hey there, so I'm going to quit the team. Don't be ridiculous. Hold on a second. Hold on. It froze. The emulator froze. Dude, what? Why? Okay, hold on a second. So, Kazuma is saying he's quitting the team. Meanwhile, I've heard that so many times during this speed run. It's like, why do we have to do this again? Although, to be honest, it has been a while, so I guess I can be a little less annoying when it comes to that, because it has been a while. It's been entire seasons, honestly. Entire seasons. Okay, now I need to make sure that I'm careful when it's dark. Obviously, because I don't want to be too loud, but I mean, it's easier if I can just talk normally and my microphone picks up on that normally. I realized when I've listened to some of those videos I recorded with the noise gate and all that, and it sounded like some things I said wasn't getting picked up. And I was definitely loud, as in my mom couldn't sleep loud. So I knew I was loud, but the weirdest thing about being that loud was no matter how loud I was, it still felt like I was distant and not quite there. I mean, it was like I was just away from my microphone, but at one point, with my headphones turned off, I was talking, and my headphones were on my desk somewhere, and my model responded to me and what I was saying when I was feet away from my microphone. So I can't say my microphone is the problem. It was the noise gate. I don't remember why I decided to use it and noise suppression, because it sounds like using both was a bad idea. But I know that I'm not very experienced when it comes to this shit, so that's why some of these mistakes are very generic and basic, because I'm new to this. Even though I've got over 1,000 videos on my channel, I'm still new to this. I'm still new. I haven't been on YouTube for even 2 years yet. But in August, I will have been a YouTuber for 2 years. I don't know if I've been on this site uploading videos long enough to call me a YouTuber, but I think I'm a YouTuber enough. Whatever the hell I mean by that. I do have over 1,000 videos. I just happened to notice. And I've got a lot more that will be uploaded. Okay, let me turn the music back on. Alright, the music's back. And now Kazuma just said that he quit the team. But you know Chrono isn't going to allow that. Because he put himself at risk when he was trying to get Shion back. I absolutely would not go to that much trouble, and I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Chrono was willing to go through that kind of effort, because he could have gotten seriously injured. And now I know that I was rambling, so that's why this video is past 20 minutes, and yeah, this has barely gotten started, hasn't it? This part might take up more than one video, but honestly, I understand. I just have a lot to say. I think Chrono and I are I think we see a bit more eye to eye these days. I'm just saying, because I do feel like Kazuma needs to get over this. He needs to get over this. But I also want to believe in myself more often. It's hard when I know I don't necessarily have the qualifications to back myself up. I'm like, I'm very confident. And then my deck is just like, oh, no, you're not. Okay. Thanks, deck. Like, I think today my deck was just acting the way it was because I was distracted. It picked up on the fact that I needed to finish this shutdown arc. And that's why I lost so many of those duels. And yeah, I still maintain what I said in that video, but it's not going to be uploaded for a long time. Hey there, so I'm gonna quit the team. Don't be ridiculous. What? I only agreed to this so I could kill some time, but I can't do it anymore. I don't believe that. Yes, you can. Your card fighting is... Bye. Are you kidding me? He just hung up on Chrono like that. He's not here. Whack. Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay, this is a problem. What's all this about you wanting to quit? What's all this about you wanting to quit the team? What's all this about you wanting to quit the team, huh? Did you even discuss this with Chrono? You know, he wanted to talk to you about it face to face. I think you're making a mistake. Kazuma, wait. Leave me alone. Kazuma? What are you doing here? Uh-huh, why shouldn't I be here? Did you manage to beat the boss? What are you talking about? The boss of the Bad End gang. He's been attempting to take over, steal our territory. He was going to hurt us till we said you were our leader. Then he said he was going to come after you instead of wasting time with us. Well then, I know it says they're delinquents, but they don't honestly seem like they're that bad. It seems like they could become reformed individuals when they're older. I mean, they're at least being honest. They did say that. Hey, see this? It looks just like Chrono's cell phone. That idiot! Kazuma? Oh, shit. Good evening, Kazuma Shoji. You and your friends have become something of an inconvenience in our territory. We need to take care of that. Because you see, that's how things work in my world. What? How have they mistaken me for Kazuma? Because you're not necessarily that different from Kazuma. I mean, you still have some things in common. Like, seriously, Chrono, you intimidated a bunch of people before you started playing Vanguard. I watched that episode, Chrono. You were intimidating to some people. I mean, not to me, because obviously I'm not much better in the social department. I'm probably worse. I mean, he's not as old as me. Chrono is not as old as me, so I get to say I'm worse because I'm going to come back to this. Guys, that's going to wrap things up for this video. In the next video, let's see what Kazuma does. Because he's gotten himself into some serious shit. Chrono looks so insane. He has so much protagonist energy that he was mistaken for Kazuma. Even though he is the protagonist and Kazuma isn't. But this is one of the few times where the protagonist is the one that has to be rescued. Dear God. I'll be right back.